Good afternoon, everyone. This is Michael with the ALGVacations education team. I would like to welcome you to today's virtual fam trip featuring Hard Rock Hotel Riviera Maya. For these virtual fams, we've really done a good job. We've hired some very talented professional videographers to help us deliver only the best resort experience for you. Before we get started here, I just wanted to remind everybody we are recording today's event. So if you are interrupted, you will be able to see the full event recording on our ALG education calendar a little bit later this afternoon. So look forward to that. It's my pleasure to welcome Manuel Rubio. He's the Director of Sales, and Ivana Gonzalez, Tour and Travel Manager with Hard Rock Hotel Riviera Maya. Welcome to both of you. Ivana and Manuel will be assisting with any questions you have about this fabulous resort property immediately following our FAM. So thank you both for joining us today. Also, one lucky attendee today will win a 3-night stay for two. So good luck to all of you. We'll announce our lucky winner via the email that you shared when you enrolled in today's event. So let's kick off our virtual FAM for you, and we'll get to your Q&A right afterwards.
Hello, everybody. Hello, Apple Leisure. Hello to all agents. My name is Jan Handreiser. I'm the General Manager of the Hard Rock Hotel Riviera Maya. Thank you for allowing us to present ourselves and to be part of your convention. Challenging times have been past us, and challenging times are still ahead of us. However, prosperous times will come, and we will be all ready for it and cherish those new times in a new era. I'm delighted to tell you that we are constantly adapting ourselves towards the challenges ahead of us in order to be market leaders in the zone, in the destino, and in the industry. We are constantly adapting. We are going through major refurbishments right now, $1 million investments of all our poolside areas outside the hotel, which will be finished by the end of March. We hope we have the opportunity to welcome everybody to the Hard Rock Hotel Riviera Maya to give you the authentic guest experience we are so well known for. Thank you so much for allowing us again to present ourselves, and I hope I see you soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Jan, for that kind welcome. And thank you, everyone, for joining us. My name is Ivana Gonzalez. I'm the Tour and Travel Manager for the Hard Rock Riviera Maya. We are very happy to have you here. So let's get started with our tour.
In an effort to remain true to our commitment of providing a seamless and safe travel experience for all, we are now offering complimentary on-site antigen testing and affordable on-site PCR testing for travelers returning to countries that require a negative COVID-19 test result for entry. Fly safe and worry-free with these 3 easy steps. Step 1, make an appointment. Step 2, get tested in the designated testing area on property. Step 3, receive your test results. Your antigen test results will be available the same day. PCR test results will be available in 2 to 3 days. Guests who test positive for COVID-19 will be able to quarantine at the hotel for up to 14 nights at no cost to them. Additionally, on-site medical assistance insurance will be included in their stay to cover medical expenses such as doctor, medication, and hospitalization.
lobby, which you're watching currently, and it's for adults only. We are seeing our Hacienda lobby. Hacienda is our family section. It's also important to mention that each section has its own pool area and its own beach area, which we will be seeing later on. Okay, so now we are at Woodward. This is a place that we can describe as 29,000 square feet of pure adrenaline. So in here, you will find trampolines. You will also find foam pits. We have also a ninja obstacle course, and we have an indoor skate park. In that skate park, you will be able to use scooters, bicycles, skates, and skateboards. All the equipment is provided by us, and it's properly sanitized before and after each use, so don't worry about that. Also, we have paramedics in case it's needed, and also an in-house doctor, which is 24/7 here. So this is a perfect place for you to explore your most extreme part, and make sure to visit us once you come here. You will not regret it. This is Woodward. So after experiencing some adrenaline before, we are now located at our water park, which is called Rockaway Bay. In this water park, you will be able to find 3 sets of water slides available for all ages, as well as a splash pad. That's for the little ones. We also have available a food truck with snacks and also a bar. This is part of our all-inclusive activities, so you don't have to pay anything additional and no reservations are required. There's no excuse for you to come with your family and enjoy the day. We will wait for you here. is our Heaven nightclub, which opens on weekends only from 11 p.m. to 2 a.m. For the rest of the week, we have our Heaven lounge at our Heaven side and our Sunbar at Hacienda, this one closing at 1 a.m. Added activities. This is not part of the all-inclusive, but perfect to enjoy the evening with family and friends.
Hello, welcome back. We're still here at Hard Rock Riviera Maya. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to talk now about sound of your state. Yeah, what an amazing and beautiful, exclusive audio experience that put our guests up close, personal with the music was. Ladies and gentlemen, you can enjoy during your vacation the most famous long place around the world and pick your guitar and get talented. Pick your guitar and be the most famous guitar player here in paradise, here in Hard Rock Riviera Maya. This is Sound of Your State. This is Hard Rock.
We are now located in one of the rooms that is featuring one of our newest programs, which is called Unleash. So yes, that means that now your four-legged friends will be welcome to this beautiful property. When they arrive, they will be receiving a welcome kit. This welcome kit will include toys for them to play, as well as their dishes to have their meals. They will have also some clothing so they can take back home as a souvenir. And in the room, they will have their own bed, just like a rock star. For cats, very important, they will have their own litter bags, so they will have no problem about that. The room categories that feature this new program are our deluxe gold room with a king size and a double bed, as well as our rock suite ocean front with 2 beds. For more details, please feel free to visit our website, where you will find a lot of information for you to bring your four-legged friends to this beautiful property. So now we are going to go with our Vive manager that has some very important information. See you next.
Hey, what's up, rockers? We're still here at Hard Rock Riviera Maya. Now we are here at the memorabilia. This amazing instrument is a guitar. This guitar belonged to the Guns N' Roses group, one of the most famous rock and roll group around the world. Izzy Stradlin played this guitar playing the Sweet Child of Mine. Where do we go? You remember that beautiful song? And ladies and gentlemen, also at the hotel, at this beautiful hotel, we have the Hotel California base. But ladies and gentlemen, this is Timothy Beach with this amazing The Eagle base. Where do we go? Where do we go now? Let's go to the next guitar. Hey, what's up, man? And we will rock you. Yes, we will rock you. Finally, we are here. My favorite memorabilia. Yeah, the Queen, Brian May guitar. Those guys play, you remember We Will Rock You, yeah? You remember We Are Champion. They play those songs with this guitar, amazing guitar. You want to know more about us? We have more than 300 pieces. We are considered like the most famous and beautiful rock museum of the Mayan Riviera. You have to come and visit us. This is memorabilia. This is Hard Rock Riviera Maya. We love you and we will rock you.
And now I would like to introduce you to our Director of Sales, Mr. Manuel Rubio. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Vanna. It's a pleasure to be here. We took our face masks off because obviously we're respecting social distancing among us, as we do with each of our employees and all around the property. You just saw, regarding the property, what we have to offer. The restaurants, the bars, the pools, what we offer in our rooms, all the amenities, everything that's included. It's a very, very wide range. I'm sure you enjoyed it. What I wanted to think about is about the ballrooms. We have ballrooms in our convention center that can be divided in different sections, and we have modified the capacity grid in order to comply with the social distancing requirements that is nowadays. Some of them ranging from a 1/4 to a 1/5 of their original capacity, but we're still covering events for up to 600 people or 50 people, depending on where you're located and how many you're bringing and your agenda requirements. We do have events outdoors as well. Those events are included as well in terraces and different areas. And for example, all of those events outdoors, they also have an indoor backup in case of inclement weather. And Ivana knows about this because she was a meeting planner way before moving into sales.
That is correct. And we're still in the Caribbean, so weather is very unpredictable. We have to have a backup plan.
Exactly. And one other thing to mention is that we do follow our safe and sound protocols in event indoors and outdoors, right?
Yes, that is correct. That means that when all the guests attending an event arrive, they will find a sanitation station where they will find the gel for their hands as well as face masks in case that they have forgotten their own.
And also, as you know, things in the world have changed. Everything has to adapt. People, businesses, everything. Hotel business is no stranger to that. In our case, we had to adapt also in order to comply with the social distancing protocols and these times that we're living by introducing the hybrid events and virtual meetings, right?
Yes, that is correct. And the perfect example would be this virtual tool that you're attending to. So this, where we're standing right now, is part of the virtual events or the hybrid meetings.
Exactly, the famous green wall. Now, one of the things that I wanted to now mention is we're gonna continue to the Q&A section where we're right there at your service.
Okay, well, very well done. I think you guys are the winner for the best soundtrack we've had in any of our virtual FAMs so far this year. So it was a lot of fun. I found myself rocking in my chair quite a bit. So thank you for all the investment and time you put into that wonderful virtual FAM. Obviously, this is a resort for lovers of rock music, pop music, that sort of thing. I guess my first question would really be, who would you recommend sending to a resort like this?
Well, thank you. Thank you again. And thank you for everybody that's been participating in this presentation and event. In regards to who we cater is basically all type of markets. We have, as you know, same-sex weddings, any other type of events. So any type of market is more than welcome here. This is not a hotel that is currently just bombarding you with heavy music. We have all type of genres, and as well as the memorabilia is very varied. And that's why we have also a different type of restaurants. So we can appeal to any type of client, to any type of need. You can go to and have a relaxing time by the pool, or if you want to go with the music is happening, you can go as well. So families, youngsters, you know, baby boomers, millennials, any type of guest is more than welcome up here.
Yeah, I can just imagine, you know, some of the guests, especially the younger ones, asking their parents, "Hey, Mom, who are Guns N' Roses? Who's the Eagles?" You know, but I bet it's a great learning opportunity, and it'll probably introduce them to some really remarkable music. You know, Hotel California is one of my favorite songs of all time. So, sounds like a great place to take the family, of course. All right.
And if they
Well,
want to
we
learn
had
about
some
that,
questions.
sorry, and then if
I'm
they want
sorry,
to
I didn't
learn,
mean to interrupt.
no, sorry. And if they want to learn more about each of our memorabilia, our Vibe manager conducts a memorabilia tour that's available. It's also obviously included. And they tell you about the memorabilia and a little bit of music history. So that's a good opportunity as well.
That's fantastic. Yeah, it looked like there were so many places in the resort to explore. How long does that tour take?
Like an hour tops.
Okay, that sounds like a good way to, share an hour of your day there while you're enjoying the resort property. So we had some questions. I know you've made millions of dollars of investments into the pool areas. We had several questions coming in about whether or not the pool area is open currently and any restrictions to the use of the pool bars, things of that nature.
Yes, that is correct. Both of our pools are opened and both are recently remodeled. So but regarding the swim up bars, they are still not operating, and this is based on government regulations. It's also helping us to comply with social distancing. So that's the main reason why. We don't have an update when this will be coming back because, as I mentioned, it depends to our government regulations. But yes, the pools are open and ready for all of our guests to enjoy them.
And a little bit on that
And
point, and regards a little bit on that point on the investment that you were mentioning, we also made investment on our cafeto, which is an area where you can get not only coffee, but pastries and different items so you can enjoy way beyond snacks. And also at the Ipanema restaurant, we have a new solarium. So investments were made in the property and we're still gonna have some more. So it's also good considering everything that's happening worldwide. The company has decided to still renew a lot of items here in the property.
yeah, that's a great time, I guess, to take advantage of. We've been so resilient as an industry. We're just kind of taking advantage of the slow time to improve on what we offer. And, we're constantly being, as you mentioned in the beginning of the video, adapting to be market leaders in the industry. And we certainly appreciate that. So we've got lots of great questions coming in. One of the activities on the resort property was the Woodward Skate Park. Can you speak to the activities available there, and is that an extra cost? How does that work?
Yes, those activities do have an additional cost. The cost varies depending on the type of activity that our guests are interested in doing, but it can go from just using the trampolines to learning how to do flips. We have also a foam pit that our guests can jump from. Also, we have skating skateboards. We also have a BMX circuit. And for guests that are more experienced, they can also practice in one of our ramps that actually has another foam pit to do flips and land there. So basically, we can say the sky's the limit, depending on how adventurous each guest is. We have coaches that are all the time with our guests. So even if you don't have any experience in any of the activities, but you want to learn, we are able to teach you.
Yeah, it certainly looked amazing in the video, and I can't wait to just kind of experience it for myself. So is that something that you would normally set up a reservation for in advance?
Yes, our guests can do it prior their arrival, or they can do it once on property with our vacation planners. They will be able to set up everything for them. Or if they want to stop by the Woodward venue directly and they have space, they can just stay there and do the activity.
Okay, great. And then one of the activities that I believe is included in the price is the Rockaway Bay Water Park. Is that correct?
Correct. I mean, that's our water park, our most famous area for not only kids, but adults with the slides and everything. And we have a food truck over there. We only serve non-alcoholic beverages over there, but it's also, like you mentioned, it's included food and beverages and all the slides and activities there.
Awesome. And is the kids club located nearby the water park?
Not near by the water park. It's more into the lobby, closer to the pool.
Okay, good. And then I noticed in the video you have like a section of chairs that are located out. I don't know if you'd call them like individual palapas or whatever, but are those available to anybody, or do you need to reserve those in advance?
Probably you mean the belly beds. So those are also by
Yes.
reservation. Yes, those can also be reserved through our vacation planners prior arrival or once our guests are in-house.
Okay, good. And then we're getting a lot of requests coming in for the video itself, whether or not we can email it out to them. And I think someone was responding that, yes, it is available. So you can reach out for
Yes.
that. So lots of interest, certainly. So I think it was the Hacienda family section. Is that, how are the family sections and adult sections separated? Can you kind of talk about that a little bit?
Sure, we have 9 buildings in total, and 3 buildings are in the heaven section, and that's the adult section. The rest of the buildings are the family section, the hacienda, like you mentioned, and both areas have restaurants, both areas have pool, and there's a restaurant that's called Toro, which it is within heaven, but it accepts kids, and there are other restaurants that only accept adults within the heaven section. And the Hacienda section, obviously, all families are welcome. And the adults from the heaven section can enjoy the activities and facilities on the Hacienda section. And that's how it's divided. There are 2 lobbies, the heaven lobby and the Hacienda lobby, both with their own check-in areas and room service available for both areas as well, 24 hours a day included as well. And in regards to the activities that happen on both sides, obviously one is catered to families and the other one more into adults in the heaven section.
I would also like to add visually, all of our buildings on the heaven side are painted in color blue, and the ones in Hacienda are more like an orangey color. So like when guests are walking through the hotel, they will know if they're at the heaven side or the Hacienda side.
All right, perfect. Thanks. That helps quite a bit, I think. And then one thing that I thought was really cool is your Unleashed program. It's so hard to get my wife out of the house because she's worried about our poor cat all alone. So I think that's a great option. So that option available on both the family section and the adult section as well?
Yes, it's available in both sections. It's only for certain room categories and also only in certain buildings. So also we care about guests that maybe are not so pet friendly. So they don't have, we can cater for all of our guests. So only certain buildings have the option of the pet friendly, and also certain areas of the resort, not all the whole property.
So is there signage around the resort that just says no pets allowed or something to kind of really help guide those clients? Awesome.
Yes.
So yeah, because they want, I know pet folks, they want to be respectful of everybody else as well. So thank you for that. And then you shared a little bit about a fire experience. Is that something at an extra cost, and how would someone go about coordinating getting that?
Yes, that's as an additional fee, and it's with the vacation planners. It can be arranged, and normally it's for around 8 people, and they provide you the snacks, and you can do the s'mores, and there's a bar, and they do all the setup, and it's obviously by the beach area with the fire pit, and it's a very, very nice activity. It's picking up a lot by families, especially. They have been requested several times. So there's also a limit in terms of how many fire pits we can have along the beach area.
Yeah, I can see how that can be very popular. Awesome. That's great news. You've invested a lot in the pool areas. Have there been any other renovations across the resort that you want to talk about?
Yes, the Ipanema restaurant has a new solarium that can be used for events. It's very beautiful. And also the Cafeto, well, I'll call it a restaurant because it's more than a snack area. It's where you can get paninis, sandwiches, salads, different type of coffee preparations. It's completely renovated as well. And we have furthermore coming Within a few months, we will have eventually a new restaurant and a new pool. So, but that's coming up later on in the year.
Okay, one question I forgot to ask earlier that someone had asked, and that's about the Woodward Park. Is there equipment rental that has to take place there?
No, no rental. Everything is provided by us. I mean, unless that we have a pro that wants to bring their own equipment, they're able to do so. But other than that, we provide with all the rest of the equipment.
Okay, thank you. And let's see, I'm just kind of going through some of the questions here. A lot of them were answered already, so that's going to help us stay on time here a little bit. Let's see. Can you speak to the mask wearing at the resort, where it's allowed to take the mask off and where you would require someone to wear those?
Sure, it's required within the buildings and public areas, and outdoor by the pool is not required. Also, when you're actively eating or drinking, you're obviously not required to wear it, but we do have signage and we do follow all the protocols, social distancing, hygiene protocols. And as you saw in the video, we provide the gel and all the special cleaning services with the Ecolab products. So, and that's the areas that's the face mask is required.
Okay, great. And I think you're at 75% capacity, is that correct?
Correct. According to government regulations, we are allowed to operate at 75% of our capacity, and we will continue to do so until they change the light system that they call it, and red, yellow, green, and so on.
Perfect. And I know you did share some in the video on the COVID testing. I think on Vax, on your showcase in Vax, we also share a YouTube video on your Hard Rock Safe and Sound program that kind of highlights all of the protocols in place. One thing I noticed is you do both the PCR test and the antigen test on site. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct. The ones that are included with a minimum of 3 nights stay, it's the antigen. However, if a guest requires to take a PCR, we also have the option for them to do it with an additional cost. But we perform both of them at the resort.
Awesome. And I think the video said 2 to 3 days response time on the PCR test and same day on the antigen test. And then if they do test positive, let's say they test positive on the first test, how long or is there a wait time before they can maybe take a second test just to make sure it wasn't a false positive?
If in the first test being an antigen, they test positive, then they require to take a PCR test right the next day or the same day, just to make sure that it's not a false positive, precisely. And on the PCR, normally it shows like the viral load. So that will also determine how many days after that another PCR test would be required for either to show negative or with a lower viral load for them to be able to fly back home.
Okay, wonderful. And then if, are there any insurance connections to them? Like if they do test positive, they do have to stay. I think you mentioned there's a 14-day stay that they're allowed to quarantine themselves. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct. It's 14 days. However, if they test negative before that time, then they can leave. But those 14 days are covered by the insurance for the patient that has tested positive. And if maybe someone from the family wants to stay with them, we do have a COVID rate. It's a special rate for anyone that wants to stay with them in a separate room, not the same one.
Awesome. And I did like to see the scan code for the menus in the video. Do you have paper menus available for those that don't have devices or anything like that? Or do they need to work with someone else to figure out what's on the menu?
We have the staff at the restaurants can assist you with that in case they don't have the devices to read the QR code. But we no longer use the paper ones.
Gotcha. Okay. And, you know, for our newer travel agents that may still not be well aware of all of the wonderful things at Hard Rock, do you have a travel agent education program that they can participate in?
Yes, our BDM's team are always innovating with keeping our agents updated on everything that's happening. So that's the best way to go with that purpose.
Okay, and how about I guess live FAMs versus the virtual FAM? Is that something that they're able to coordinate to get to know the resort better?
Yes, they constantly do like virtual FAMs, depending on the BDM that's assigned to each agent. But definitely that's the way that everything is being held right now.
Perfect. And are there any rewards programs for travel agents where they might be able to record their bookings and get some sort of loyalty points?
Absolutely. We also have the rewards program available.
And where would they go to learn more about that? I think, yeah, we do have a travel agent handbook on the VAC showcase. I don't know if that's available anywhere else though, but I think we include that information there.
Yes, that is correct. And also, they can also go online to amplify rewards. And our BDMs will be able also to direct them very thoroughly on what's a procedure that they have to do.
Okay, great feedback from folks that are attending today. Lots of compliments on a wonderful looking resort, and you know, the video just really helps with the experience. So thank you everybody for sharing your kind feedback. Let's see, reservations for dinner. Do you recommend that?
We recommend them. They're not mandatory, but for a better dining experience, we do recommend them. Once you arrive, there are different areas where you can book for any of the a la carte restaurants, and different time schedules that you can also decide. So to make it easier, and so you know you have your dinner reservation, and you don't have to worry about getting in line or whatever. But if you arrive to a restaurant without a reservation, you are welcome as well. You might just be asked to wait a little bit and just until table clears up, but it's not mandatory to have a reservation.
And how many reservations did you have on the property? Was it, or not reservations, restaurants on the property?
10.
Did you have 5?
10.
I'm sorry, say again? 10?
10.
All right, very good. And can you share a little bit more about the music lab?
Absolutely. Music Lab is a great experience for all of our guests to feel like a rock star for a moment. Our guests need to reserve this through our public relations desk. It has no additional cost, it's just to reserve the space. And then it depends on which instrument you're interested in playing, maybe a guitar, maybe the bass or the battery. The drums, sorry. Depending on this, or even singing, you can get together with your family and practice a couple of songs. And also one night throughout the stay, you will be able to perform at the lobby for the rest of our guests. So it's also a very, very nice experience.
Okay, and I'm sorry for hopping all over the place. Laura had a question about specialty menus for those that have special diets. So vegetarian, vegan, gluten-free, are all those options at the resorts?
Yes, we do have vegan options. We do have also for celiacs. I hope I said that correctly. But we do have special menus options for any type of needs. So if they let us know in advance, we can be more prepared on that. Or when they arrive at a restaurant, they tell about their allergies. They always ask about their allergies or any special requirements in terms of food and beverages.
Okay, thank you. And then weddings. Do you offer free weddings with stays and any wedding comps with groups, that sort of thing?
Well, it's not free. The wedding is not free. The cost for the ceremony is $300 for you to reserve the space, but those can also be used towards any extras like flowers or additional decoration that you want to add. Depending on the number of room nights that, I mean, if it's a wedding group, because it can be an elopement even. So, but if it's a wedding group, depending on the number of nights, you will be able to acquire private events included without paying anything additional. And when you do this, and when we say included, it's the food, the beverages as well, and the complementary equipment. Any additional decoration or music, we have in-house vendors that work marvelous things with us to help all of our guests have like the wedding of their dreams.
Okay, great. We did get the question that came in for couples that are traveling there just for a romantic stay. Do you have any recommendations for romance there?
Absolutely. I mean, we have different experiences, and I mean, since the arrival, we have all along the property, we have a beach area. So it's a very nice place to walk around. Like at evening, we also offer romantic dinners. At the spa, we have couples massage options as well. So as we always say, the sky is the limit. We always make our best for our guests. So yes, we do have experiences for them.
Okay, thanks. And then can we talk a little bit about the room categories there? And maybe could you share just kind of a high level overview of what's available for guests?
Absolutely. We have different type of room categories. From most of the rooms are with options of king size beds and double beds. Most of the categories are based on maybe additional amenities that are included, or maybe the location, certain locations. But the layout of the rooms and the amenities are like top notch. I mean, even the base room it's very well equipped. So from there, we also have available sky terraces room, which are always located on the third floor and have a terrace on top. And we also have suites that share also like a living room area, and also for bigger families. So we have a lot of options for our guests to adapt there.
So are you able to coordinate connecting rooms for larger families that travel together? And how would you recommend they go about doing that if you do?
We do have them. Well, we normally recommend to place their request as early as possible. It's honestly subject to availability, but we can address that as well. And with enough time in advance, we can make it happen.
We also have the family room. The family room is the only one that guarantees a connecting room, because it's the connecting rooms, a family room. Other than that, it would be subject to availability, but upon request, we always try to accommodate the best that we can.
Okay, thanks. And Tanisha's asking if you can share when the pools, the bar, and the beach, when do they open and close?
Oh, the schedule. Okay, so sorry.
We thought you were talking about the renovations, which are already done. I know,
oh, yeah.
You mean
the schedule of when they close daily.
Yes, so for the beach, I mean, the service, because I mean, it's always open, right? But the service starts at 10 a.m. and it ends at 5. However, if guests want to stay a little bit longer, they're able to do so. And for the pool, all the activities also end at 5. However, service may continue up to 6 or 7, depending on daylight savings. So yeah.
Okay, great. And then I noticed you have an escape room. That's an extra cost, I would imagine. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct. You can also arrange it with the vacation planners. And they have, I believe, 3 type of programs, softwares. And but there's an additional fee as well.
Okay, wonderful. And how long does that usually take I guess how long is the appointment? 1 hour? Okay, good.
Yes, it's 1 hour. It's 60 minutes that you have to be able to escape the room.
Perfect. All right, well, I want to throw it back to you two, because I may not have asked the question on a topic that you two think is very important that our travel agent audience needs to know about. So is there anything that we haven't talked about yet that you feel is important to kind of reiterate?
Well, you covered several topics, and for that we appreciate everybody's questions and all your interest. We just want to remind that we know times are changing and the vaccines are continuing, and more population is getting vaccine, but we will continue with our safety protocols, our hygiene protocols as well. That's going to be basically permanent because we care for everybody, and we do that for our employees as well once they arrive to work, and obviously we do it for all our guests. So we're going to continue covering that. Several services have changed and adapt, but we have gotten very great feedback, especially from people saying that they feel secure at the property. And one other question that was over there about the tests. The tests are going to continue as long as it's a requirement for the government. So if they still continue requiring, that promotion is going to continue until they no longer require it. Any items that you feel like we have to cover?
No, I think we covered basically the main idea.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, honestly,
Well,
and sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
no, I'm not. I don't want to interrupt you. You go ahead.
And well, and like I mentioned earlier, renovations, well, investment in the property is going to continue just to make sure that for all our return guests, they find always something new. We continue changing our menus to adapt to all the requirements, and all the items that we use is high quality, fresh, and also always changing the type of meat and beverages that we offer, always listening to guest comments. And at the moment, we're getting rave reviews. You can check that on TripAdvisor and all other areas. And even during these trying times, we've been getting great comments from all our visitors.
Awesome. So we've got just a couple minutes left, and I just thought of a question that I had for myself. So I know you guys offer unlimited golf. So how needed for our clients that go there?
Yes, the golf, it's called unlimited because it was part of the all the resort credit program. However, right now that's in the transition of changing. It's discounts that we have in packages that may include transportation, and depending on the needs of the guests, how many tea times are they booking throughout the week or things like that. But we do have it available, and all the information can be provided by our vacation planners, so they can book prior their arrival, or if they want to do it once they're in-house, they can also do that.
All right, that's great to know. Well, I want to just take a moment to thank both of you for taking time from your busy schedule to share it with all of our travel audience, our travel advisors today. And a big thank you to our travel advisors who shared an hour of their time with us this afternoon. I certainly learned a lot. I'm so glad we have this on record so that we can offer this recording to all of our advisors. We'll have this actually up on our ALG education page in VAX, where you can see all of the virtual FAMs that we've done over the month of April. And this one will be added to that page. So look for communication from our team out to you with a link right to that. So if you missed any of these wonderful FAM opportunities, that will be made available for you very soon. And again, big thank you to you, Evan and Ivana and Manuel, sorry. And hope to see everybody at our next virtual FAM, next webinar. And have a great rest of your day, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.